Welcome to Joe's Atmosphere.
Cook your shrimp, please. All of a sudden, my shrimp pan is burning up like a smoke fest.
And we are all the way live, crashing through the barrier. What's up? He's jamming already.
Zero, zip, zilch, nada, bubkus.
My man is jamming already. Hey, show us the axe, dude. Show us the axe. We'll do the
This
toast.
This is the T-Burst, the vintage flaming T-Burst.
Yes.
It's a badass.
Extremely nice.
No doubt. It's probably the same one I had on last week, but I really loved this thing. It has a lot of life. These humbuckers have a lot of life, and I really dig the sound I get out of it.
Humbuckers? What's a humbucker for the
humming and buckering? So in the early days, they had the P90s, which sent off a lot of hum, even when they're in the neutral, right? So when you weren't even strumming the strings. So they came up with, Gibson came up with the humbucker, which took out, it's exactly what it is. It buffs the hum. It gets rid of the hum when you're in stasis, when you're not playing. So they're very clear and they're very warm, and that's what makes Gibson such a great rock machine. And these are modeled right after Gibson. These are Wilkinson pickups, but the guy Wilkinson, he worked with Gibson for a long time, went off on his own, did his own brand, but that's what makes Gibson such a big sounding rock machine, is their big warm sound through their humbuckers. You just can't beat them.
Okay. Well, that sounds cool, man.
It is very cool, dude.
You was about to toast, so let's toast. I've got my crossed pistols. Hang on a second. I got to show mine off, man, because I love my crossed pistols. Yeah.
You love your crossed pistols?
I got a new hat with the crossed pistols on it. You see my veteran hat I got, man?
That's what's cool? Yeah, you had that on last week. Kick ass, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
What I'm sporting is, can you zoom in on that?
Yeah, I can. Wow. Shreveport. Wow. Yes.
So give it up for the Port City, okay?
Let's give it up for the Port City.
They're not all that bad, I suppose,
They're just number 8 on the most dangerous cities in America list. That's all.
Yes, they are.
That's all right. We still love it. We're still going to stick with it.
The
Although I do have to say, the Bossier boys do it a lot better.
It's no doubt. And a little Guinness for the Bossier boys. Oh, check out who I have on my glass. I dug this out today.
What you got?
You know who that is.
Let's see.
That's the Zen Master himself.
Man, the Zen Master. Notice the hand. Notice the hand.
Look.
Bobby Hebert. Check him.
It's all about the
Notice
Zen.
the hand. He's perfection. Every pass.
The Cajun Cannon.
The Cajun Cannon.
Right out of Lafayette, Cajun, Raging Cajun. He won a title in USFL with the Michigan Panthers.
Yes.
Him and Jim Mora come to the New Orleans Saints and really put the Saints on the path to being what they are today. A pretty stable, consistent franchise. So give it up for Bobby Hebert, the Cajun Cannon.
It's a good week for Louisiana sports, by the way. We got news about that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
If I can keep from choking to death on this little piece of peanut that just hit me.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
I'm going to try not to. Let me see if I can self-Heimlich.
Who that? Who that?
Who that? All right. Well, our boss is already on my ass.
What do we got? What do we got?
We got, I saw you trying to step in there, bro. I saw you. You ain't messing up my shit. Top
Top of
of the
the
heap,
heap, bro.
baby. Yeah, top of the heap. And as usual, you know what we got in the top of the heap, boys and girls. Same thing that's been going on for a while now. It's the
Pootie
war in
Tang
Ukraine.
raining his
Everything's
terror and
rain.
whatnot.
Russia Ukraine war at a glance. What we know on day 379 of the invasion. Ukraine claims to have shot down 34 cruise missiles during a wave of overnight Russian strikes that have killed several in Lviv and left many without power. And
Yeah.
just today, my brother gave us this one. Russian missile barrage slams into Ukraine cities, 6 dead. You know, when they give us a body count, I'm like, I know there's a lot more than that dead. So why are you
Yeah.
giving me that little
I don't
number?
know who the source is. AP the source. Yeah, who are they
Yeah.
getting their info from? It's all
Well, I'm just saying. Do I really need a body count?
right.
There's people dying over there, no doubt about it. So, yeah, it's still going on. Uh, so
Yeah, and the further we get away from it being the top story, the more atrocities they're going to see in that theater, man. I mean, it's just going to get worse
yep.
because
But
nobody's going to be watching.
apparently, the Russians are feeling the pinch because they're putting out some strange propaganda, bro. they,
Yeah,
they really are. Yeah. Uh, this story says Russian state TV host claims that Ukraine's allies are reduced to eating squirrels because they are spending
yeah,
all their money on military
on
aid.
military aid.
A Russian
Look, you got
TV
to
host
eat,
claimed
or
that the UK is eating squirrels over Ukraine-related food shortages. The claim appears to stem from unrelated reports advocating eating gray squirrels. Gray squirrels are an invasive species in the UK, and groups want to preserve native red squirrels. That's very weird. His story is so strange. um, but if it's an invasive species, I would say it's probably open season on those things in the UK because I know here in the states, I know in Louisiana and Texas, it's open season on wild boar for sure because they're overrunning everything. You know what I mean? It's a bad situation, but this
this
story just
story
cracked
is
me up
just
when I
so
saw it.
bizarre.
Yeah,
How is this a headline? You know what? I was looking at the Smart News app the other day, and I'm looking for stuff to throw on the feed so we can talk
yeah,
about it. And I'm looking at
right,
these headlines, and I'm like, how is this even news?
yeah. It's
I
very
mean,
strange,
across the board, world, sports, entertainment, technology. I'm like,
right?
they just literally throw anything up. I think
Yep.
just to get the advertising.
Hmm. Anything that's gonna grab you and get you to read that story, and they'll just say some silly
Eating
shit.
gray squirrels instead
The
of
one I hate
because
the most
how is that
that
even
keeps popping up is Tom Brady makes a decision about this. Tom Brady makes a decision about that. I'm like, you people suck. We just want him
hmm
to go away. Leave it
hmm
alone already. Let's see.
I saw today that there may be a AFC franchise interested in bringing him in, and
No,
it's just a story that just will not die.
no,
Really,
it won't.
honestly.
It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. But hang on one second while I do a little business here, and we will be right back to the headlines. Now, one of the major stories this week was the 4 Americans missing after they were kidnapped in Mexican border city. So the FBI says. And then we saw another headline that said 2 Americans kidnapped in Mexico found dead, and 2 were
Yeah,
rescued alive back in
yeah,
they're back in the U.S. Well,
yeah.
today we find out. Look, guys, don't join the cartel because they're going to turn their back on you first chance they get. According to AP, a letter
I
claims
mean,
that the cartel handed over men who killed Americans. Let's see, right here. It's I read it down here. Yeah, it says the cartel letter wrote or read as follows: "Quote: We have decided to turn over those who were directly involved and responsible in the events, who at all times acted under their own decision making and lack of discipline."
lack of discipline
Yeah.
in their own decision making in the cartel,
Yeah.
respecting the life and well being of the innocent. That's their
Yes.
stance, the cartel.
That's the cartel stance. Yes. So
We are
basically,
living in idiocracy.
yes, we are.
Straight up,
It's just,
dude.
I mean, man, what the hell? Ruben says, "Hail, it's good to see you, Ruben. Hide the white
Hey,
women. Look
Raymond.
out! The love doctor is here."
The love doctor.
And by the way, Ruben, I know you're going to be at 8 o'clock. Of course, my brother won't watch this because he's got a long commute and he goes to bed directly after this show. But
Yeah. I'm up at
the
3 in the morning.
you guys need to tune into the comics division tonight. It's the precursor to the Oscars this weekend. It's the J-Laws. Yes, the Jennifer Lawrence Awards on the comics division tonight. He says, Ruben says, controlled collapse. And he says, laugh out loud propaganda. He's talking about the squirrel story. But yeah, Ruben and I will be watching that tonight with bated breath. The J-Laws over on Comics Division's channel. But yeah, the cartels, hey, yeah, go do this for us, and then we're gonna hand you over to them in a body bag and tell them that we don't like what you did, because you know they didn't do it by accident, right?
Well, they may have, but it's just bizarre that they're sending letters out of apology and this is what we're doing to correct the situation and we respect the lives of the innocent while they just blast into city streets and whatever and blow up, town halls and threaten to you either let our guys out of the prison or we're going to show up at that prison and just
Right,
blow it all to hell.
right,
Give me a fucking break.
yeah,
So, you know what? Yeah,
yeah.
idiocracy. We are living in bizarro world right now,
Anybody
man.
that lies that they're worried about innocent life is
You know,
you've
the
got your head in the
cartels.
sand.
We were talking about the cartels today. The cartels are the complete opposite of the old school mafia. Mafia was the shadow.
Yeah,
They didn't want to be seen. They didn't
didn't
want to
want to
be
be seen,
heard.
didn't
They
want to
didn't
be
want
heard. Yep,
no attention, nothing. And the
yep,
cartels want everybody to know who they are. And
yep.
they are brazen and they are very in your face about the power that they wield. And look, they are the government there in Mexico. If you believe what we get fed every day,
I
um,
don't think there is
they're
a
powerful. There's no
yeah.
doubt about that.
I don't think there's a facet of life in Mexico that they don't have their hands in.
That's what I'm saying.
Ruben says wrong. The cartels sent their enemies and spies. The cartels are not dumb. Don't. Oh, that's that. And my wife says, "Hail, chat." And Ruben says they don't care. All a puff piece for the normies. Yes, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Let's see
What
what
is
we
a
got.
normie for the pop culture illiterate? What is a
Right, the
normie?
pop culture illiterate, being my brother, a normie
Yes,
is a person that
yes.
doesn't pay attention to a lot of stuff going on. Yeah,
Oh, so the average citizen that's
the
just
average
working and try
citizen,
to
that is a
live
normie.
their life.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is a normie. Yes,
yeah.
yes. Let's see. Next we got what do we got? What do we got? We got oh yeah, business jet passenger killed in severe turbulence over New England. Uh, it's getting dangerous to get on a plane all of a sudden, according to these friggin' news reports I'm seeing here. Um, a business jet
What did he
passenger
not
is
put on
dead
his
after
seatbelt or
severe
something during
turbulence
turbulence?
Uh, rocked a Bombardier Challenger 300 plane with 5 on board over New England Friday afternoon. The plane was en route from Keene to New Hampshire to Leesville, Virginia, with 5 people on board. No executive jet is secured at Bradley International Airport. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. It's a smaller jet though,
I
and
know for a fact, if we get chopped, they put those seatbelt indicators on, and
mhm.
but if it's one of these private commuters and maybe they big money people, I don't have to do that shit, and who
Yeah.
knows, man. I saw a headline the other day. A guy, he's sitting next to the emergency exit, and he
Oh,
starts
you're
dicking
talking
with
about
the
this
exit.
one, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're talking about the passenger allegedly tries to stab flight attendant,
yeah,
open emergency door. Yeah, there he
yeah.
is, right there. It's crazy. Yeah,
What the
he tried to.
hell, man?
Yeah, people are getting nuts out there, man. It's crazy. Let's see what we got. The next one is, let's see, FBI investigating suspicious death of woman on a Carnival cruise ship.
Oh man,
Yeah, don't let your wife see this one. Oof.
we don't cruise Carnival anyway, so
Okay. The FBI is investigating suspicious death of a woman aboard a Carnival cruise ship traveling from Charleston, South Carolina to Nassau, Bahamas last month. Let's see. Crew members and medical staff responded to an unresponsive female passenger, the FBI Columbia Field Office said in a news release. Despite their best efforts, the woman was pronounced dead on the ship, the release said. The incident was isolated and posed no threats to other passengers, according to the FBI. Well,
unresponsive passenger. I wonder where they found her. Was she in a um, well, the areas where everybody's at, or was she in her stateroom? Or that's interesting.
yeah,
A
I don't
public
see it
area,
here.
or was she
Yeah, don't know.
weird?
But that's, you've heard me say a million times, I don't want to go on a cruise. So, ugh.
Oh man, you're missing out. But
I
that's
know I'm
you.
missing out, but
That's you.
I'd rather get on a fishing boat, man. Like
You'd
a
rather get
quint,
on a fishing boat
quint,
or
a quint size
fly on an
boat.
airplane.
Yeah,
You would rather fly on an airplane than get on a cruise ship. That
absolutely.
makes total sense. Yeah, there you go.
I can fly the plane. I can do that. Let's see.
Yeah, okay. If you can get in that cockpit and fly that plane, dude.
I'm saying if anything goes wrong, I can fly the plane. Let's
Yeah,
see.
okay.
Ruben says, I just want to live my life, what we say, but I have awakened and know I was paying monthly for my life. Some self delete. I have decided to walk away, reboot my entire life. There you go, Ruben. That's my man. He's awesome.
Yeah,
Rhonda says
that's probably
there was
the best way to go right there.
there was just a story in Texas of a flight to Southwest Airlines. Okay, I don't know what that's about, but I'm sure she'll tell me when she gets home. Let's see. The next one, of course, the big story this week was about the Alex Murdaugh trial. He was found guilty in the murder of his wife and son.
This guy is a real POS. I
Yeah,
mean,
he is. They apparently filed for an appeal today. I saw that before I came on
of course,
tonight.
that's just
And a lot of the evidence was circumstantial. They didn't find a lot of stuff, but it sure looks like he did it. He was there, so I mean,
he even paid somebody to kill him, didn't he? And that went wrong.
yeah, it's this guy.
Yeah, he's a knucklehead. It's amazing because that law firm was handed down from generation to generation. It was a successful one, but then he started dicking with the money.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. And his only way to cover it up is let's kill everybody.
Let's waste everyone. Yeah.
So they don't find out I'm stealing from them. Oh, it's my business. Oh,
whatever.
Can't we just charge that guy up real quick to save us all some taxpayer dollars?
Oh man, yeah.
Charge him up.
Charge him up. He if you don't know what he's referring to, he's saying the chair, baby.
Charge him up.
Charge him up. Let's use some juice. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Next up, we got 3 children in protective services care found dead in Texas home. 2 others.
What was that about?
All 5 were siblings. Child Protective Services confirmed to CNN affiliate WFAA. They were in temporary Child Protective Service care, according to Tiffany Butler with the Texas Department.
They were in temporary CPS care when they were found dead?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wonder what happened there.
The home is in a small town of Italy, about 40 miles south of Dallas. We were shocked by this incomprehensible tragedy and already working with law enforcement to investigate how this happened and why. Yeah, it's bad state of affairs. What's up, Lunatic? He says, damn, man. Jeez.
Lunatic Fringe.
Lunatic, that's my boy. He and I played, that game I love, DCUO. He and I play that together. But yeah, here's the problem: when these kids get put into the system, they don't vet these guys near. I mean, they have so few places to send them that I don't think their vetting processes in most states are very good. Um,
Yeah, I
so
think you can say that across the board, whether it be social services, law enforcement, any kind of public service,
yeah,
because there's such a need, and it just seems like we have more people that are dependent on the system
hmm
and these services that they say they provide, but they got to have people to do that.
yeah,
And you're like you say, the vetting process, they're not going to spend that money to do that anyway.
yeah. They need. They're so outgunned as far as just overwhelmed that
Hmm.
they just need bodies to
Yep,
do this, and this is what can happen.
this is what
It's
can
bad.
happen.
Lunatic says, "I'm crazy, baby." Yeah, he's crazy. He's a
How
cool kid, though.
the article say how old those kids were?
Let's see. I already closed it, Dan. Sorry about
Mm,
that.
mm.
But
Let's
apparently
move
all
on.
five of the kids were in the same family, so I would imagine they range from teenager
God, they
to
were put in temporary
toddlers.
CPS. You know that should that was probably really traumatic. I know it was probably really traumatic for those kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I wonder if they did something on their own accord. Who knows?
Mm. Let's hope not.
Who knows?
Let's see. The next one, our boy Elon. U.S. probes Tesla
Oh,
autopilot steering wheels that can come off.
bro, his cars are just falling apart,
Yeah, they
man. I mean,
are. This
one
this this
problem
whole
after another.
autopilot deal, man, is just I don't know if I'm going to trust that ever,
No, I'll
dude.
never trust an
Yeah,
autopilot. Never, ever, ever.
I mean they're talking about a future where we're going to have autopilot 18 wheelers driving
Yeah,
down the
that's scary.
road,
That's
and
that's
that's
already being
scary as
tested.
hell. And
That's already being tested.
that's
Already, that's
insane.
already happening.
Yeah, and people have been hit by these things.
Yeah.
Pedestrians crossing the street have been
Look,
hit
you
by
can't
them.
make an omelet, Joe
So
John. You can't make an omelet,
I
dude.
understand that.
That's all we are is
Lun-
eggs, to be smashed.
Lunatic says hell to the no.
Yeah, that's all we are is eggs
Oh
to be
my god.
smashed.
Yeah, I mean, look at this one, man. This is not a good week for planes, man. It's just not. Four dead after two planes
Yeah,
collide over a
collide.
Florida
How is
lake.
that? I don't understand it. I
Yeah,
read plans are filed, with the radar systems and the instruments that they have on board. How that I don't understand how that happens. Unless
yeah,
pilots just go rogue and say, okay, I don't want to fly through that, and I'm just going to take control and just veer this way or veer that way a little bit. Hell, that's how Kobe Bryant got killed. The pilot he made a judgment call.
yep,
He went manual and went into a condition that he couldn't see in. Next thing you know, he's banking hard, crashes into the terrain.
yeah,
This is just, yeah, it's sad, 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 sad.
yeah. It is. You know, these people got a lot of money and they like to use these private planes, but man, I tell you what, it's dangerous stuff you're dealing with there.
Yep.
You got that. I don't know. It's not something I would want to do. I wouldn't care how much money I had. I don't think I'd get on a plane. I mean, just look at the Kennedys. How many of those guys have died in planes? Joe Jr. died in World War II flying munitions. Right, barely got off the ground. That plane went up, and then his one of his was it Jack Jr. that died flying a plane?
Yep.
Crashed.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It went into Nantucket Harbor, I think, something like that. I don't think they
No.
ever found the plane. You know,
When you think you're
um,
invincible, that kind of shit seems to happen to you.
yeah. Well, it's like people that go skydiving. Yeah, adrenaline rush and all that. But I'm like, dude, the plane will have to be on fire and going down for me to jump out of it. I mean, I can.
Yeah.
I took classes on how to fly when I was a kid. In ROTC that we had the flight simulator. I know the things it takes to do that. So yeah, that thing's gonna have to be really messed up for me to jump out of that sucker. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
the in the airline industry, that pilots as a whole, they're really taxed as well. You
Yeah.
talk about understaffing and long hours. I mean, that's a
How
real
about
thing
air
that
traffic
happens.
controllers? How about
Sure,
that bunch?
sure.
Yeah. Yikes. Okay, this one came from I got this story from I may after this week have to call my buddy Gary from Pop Culture Minefield a a, uh, a reporter for the show. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I may have to do that because I got this one from him, and it's from right here in our home state, Dan. Baton Rouge PD, no sign of foul play in Georgia man's death. Police looking for those who saw him last. Okay? Sounds like a typical headline, doesn't it? Until I read my man Gary's tweet. He says, so the man was found, and I read the article. It does say this. The man was found in an abandoned lot, rolled up in plastic and then a carpet, but there is no foul play suspected.
Look, the guy didn't want to make a mess. He rolled himself up, very self-conscious, socially conscious, didn't want to scare anybody. Hey,
my man,
more of us need to be freaking conscious like that, less, selfless. This is what I'm seeing. This guy's selfless.
Is that crazy?
It's all about everybody else, not about me, okay?
Oh my gosh, man. My man says, sounds like the Baton Rouge is running the Marx is run by the Marx Brothers and not so funny Marx Brothers. Yeah.
Look, Baton Rouge is on that most dangerous city list as
yes,
well.
it is. All
them
three
in New Orleans.
all three of the major cities in Louisiana, all three, the one to the north, the one in the middle, and the one in the south. And one of them being the capital or on the list.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge, Rich Stick, Louisiana.
You know what I'm saying? They like to roll themselves up in plastic and carpet down there when they off themselves.
And see if they can breathe afterwards. I guess is the whole point, I guess that's what's up.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
Oh, there you go. That looks like the governor right there.
No. It's when you stepping into Louisiana. When you step into Louisiana, you know what you're stepping into? You know what you're stepping into?
The danger zone. Danger zone. Danger zone. Danger zone.
You know what's up, man. The danger zone. Don't choke on that beverage now.
Mm-hmm.
Careful, man. There's a beverage here. We're going to talk about that guy later on.
We're going to talk about that.
Every time I get off topic, man, he starts yelling in my ear.
What do we got? What do we got?
Yeah, he's a pushy mother.
Yeah, he is a pushy motherfucker.
That dude right there is got.
He has got moves upon moves. Oh,
the technique, dude.
God, the holder.
Oh,
it's blasted. Oh my God,
he's ready.
Jay Cutler's getting blasted. No, it's the Jock Strap, boys and girls. It's a different kind of rich person trying to tell you how to live. Yeah, we got to see what's going on with those guys. And like I said at the top of the show, apparently, it's a good week for to be a fan of Louisiana sports. Let me tell you what, man. There's a lot of stories in the Jock Strap.
A lot of shit happening, bro.
The Jock Strap has been weak recently, but we got a lot going on now. Check it out. Brian Kelly announces LSU Tigers starting quarterback for this year will be Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
He's
going to tell you right now. He's going to. Hey, that guy can play. He's got to be in the Heisman conversation already after the year he had last year coming out. And this is going to be his second year in that offense. Joe Burrow had a hell of a good second year in the offense too. So
yes, he did. Now I want you to remember my brother's perspective. Now he's not an unbiased reporter on this one. Not unbiased at all. LSU Tigers, what's up?
Go Tigers!
Also, the pro team that resides in the state of Louisiana. They got some good news this week, too. The Saints are signing Derek Carr to a deal worth reported $150 million over 4 years, including $100 million in total guarantees. Wow, man.
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
that's great news.
I think that immediately puts us at the top of our division.
I would say so with the vacuum.
I don't know if that translates to Super Bowls, but we're going to be a better team. We'll see how he fits,
Mm-hmm.
We don't need a whole lot from the quarterback, but we do need, with that run game, we need to be able to hit the ball down the field like that offense is designed to do.
And this guy can do that.
He can do that. So
yeah,
but you got to wonder, why did the Oakland Raiders jettison him? What did they see? What did they not like? Or it's just Josh McDaniels a douchebag, which is
Well,
probably
if
the case.
history is any indicator, when people leave the Raiders, they usually do pretty good when they leave.
Do better.
Yeah, they do
Well,
pretty good.
the new Raiders, the old Raiders. When you went to Al's Raiders,
When
you
you went to
usually won
Al's
Super Bowls.
Raiders, you
You won
made
Super Bowls.
yeah, you won rings, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
here recently, yeah, you do a little better when you leave. And
yeah.
we've got an ex Raider as the head coach. He's probably
Mm-hmm.
still got ties with the organization, knows something about this kid.
Well, he drafted him.
He did. He was the head
Yes,
coach when
he
he was
drafted him.
drafted.
Yep.
Wow, man. Okay, there you go.
I don't know how that
Connection
translates.
there.
I'm still not sold on Allen. I think he's a hell of a defensive coordinator, but
And that's the
his track
thing.
record as a head coach is not a good one.
It's not a good one. But then
No.
again, look. I was talking to Chris about this today. He was helping me. Doing the truck thing. I put $30 worth of gas in his truck, and he helped me pick up some stuff for Home Depot for the backyard we're putting together out there.
Homie the
And
pot.
yeah, Homie Depot. And we were talking about this very subject today. And I just, I think the kid's going to do well. I do. And you couldn't find a better face for your franchise. Now, this guy, notoriously, whenever Chucky got fired, this guy took the bullets for the organization.
Sure.
He really did, and he was the public face of it. And and to see him get cast aside by him, it's just
He is in the same vein as a Drew Brees. He's a stand-up guy. He's going to be the leader, that's for sure.
yeah.
He'll
There's
be
no
the
question
leader.
who's going to be the leader of the football
Win or
team when he
loss,
shows
he's
up.
going to
Yeah.
be taking the fire, and he's going to be giving the credit to other people. He won't
Yes.
take a whole lot on himself, that's for sure.
He's a selfless player, and
Yeah.
much like his brother was. His brother, God,
Who
did
got
he
beat
go?
to hell in
Got
fucking
beat
Houston.
to shit, and he was a decent quarterback too. But he just
Mm.
wow, being the head guy for a young franchise is not easy to do.
What's interesting about the Saints is they never. I have yet to see them draft a quarterback. They usually go after the only quarterback they ever drafted and started, Archie Manning.
Archie Manning.
Everybody else in the Saints organization at quarterback has been a veteran quarterback that they've brought in.
Yep.
Even Drew Brees was a veteran quarterback.
What about Brooks?
Brooks, I think he sat behind Bobby Hebert for a bit before he got on the field, but he was not a rookie.
Yeah, okay. All right.
No, he wasn't a rookie.
I just didn't know if we drafted him or not.
I'm sure.
Say we
what I'm
like
saying
it's
is
my team, but
we don't draft and start. We may
Gotcha.
draft,
Right.
and let them sit, but you're not going to see them hang their franchise on a quarterback they drafted,
right,
and play him right away,
right,
like the Cowboys did with Aikman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Saints just don't do that,
All right, well, let's stay with the quarterbacks. The Ravens will let. Hang on, let me refresh this thing. Maybe we'll get a picture out of this damn thing. Really? No picture.
Mm-mm.
Ravens will let Lamar Jackson leave. The Baltimore Ravens are ready to let Lamar Jackson leave. Now, what this is they franchise tagged him with a qualifier. Apparently, people can offer, and they have the ability to match. And Danny sent me this article here. It says, quite the pity party for
Quit the
Lamar
pity party
Jackson.
for Lamar Jackson. Yep.
Yeah,
Quit the pity party.
Yeah, it's there should be no pity party. Nobody put a gun to this guy's head and told him to be his own agent. Nobody did that. He's doing
and
it
apparently
himself.
his mother's got the puppet strings and.
Yep.
Look, when you're dealing with the NFL, you better know what the hell you're
You
doing,
are
man.
swimming
because
with
these
sharks,
guys,
and you better know what you're doing. No
they'll
doubt
cut you
about
loose because they got a million guys waiting to jump in that suit, man, and play,
Mhm.
and they can promote, and there you go.
Yep. That's a shame. Apparently, this was Jonas Knox and Brady Quinn talking about it. Yeah, I don't have a pity party for Lamar. He's a talented guy, and I hope his next place is really good for him. This one
I think he can win. I think he can win. I don't know if he can win Super Bowls, but he's definitely a dynamic player. He brings a lot of X factor that you just can't coach for. But yeah, he needs a strong run game with him. I can tell you that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I I had to show you this one, Dan. This is from our correspondent, Gary from Pop Culture Minefield. I saw this
Gary.
meme and I had to show it
Muchas
to you, man.
gracias, Gary.
Tom Brady is dressed like he's going to kill Roger Rabbit
Oh,
and the rest of
yeah.
Toontown.
I mean, look at this guy. What is going on with him?
Is that awesome or what, man?
What does he got out in front of him?
Oh.
Those poison canisters of freaking 50-gallon drums in front of him?
Right? Oh man. Freaking
Paint thinner, whatever that
lunatic
is.
says, oh God. Yeah, it's so great. That I mean, you couldn't meme that any better. That is
He
so awesome.
cannot, as Mike Tyson said,
Well,
fade off into Bolivia.
fade off into Bolivia. Well, boys and girls, he's not the only guy in the NFL messing up. Okay, there's plenty of them messing up here recently. All of a sudden, Jackson Mahomes, the brother of
he's a real douchebag. This
the
guy.
Super Bowl champ Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes, accused of assault by restaurant owner and waiter. What the hell, man?
Apparently, he gets kicked out of establishments all the time in Kansas City, in the Kansas City area.
You know that
He's just a
Patrick
straight
would
dumbass.
just love to just. He says, lunatic says that jack off.
I mean, honestly, hey, Mahomes might like it. The headlines are on this cat and not freaking Patrick
Not
Mahomes.
him.
So
Yeah, well, hey, you got a couple.
I'm sure he gets tired of answering
right.
those
I
questions.
get tired of answering questions about that shit. Don't you think? And next up, we've got a police surround. Hang on. Police surround home of Bengals running back Joe Mixon.
What is
after
going
report
on,
of
man?
Shots fired.
This
what
guy.
The hell?
Yeah, I don't know what goes on there. This guy's been, well, they lost again in the playoffs, and it just seems like this guy, well, he's got a history, right?
Yeah, he does.
And he just cannot keep it capped. He's going to be who he is. I don't know who did the shooting. I wouldn't be surprised because he's always beating on his significant other. Maybe they get to the point, and you see this all the time, they get tired of getting beat on, and they shoot his ass. I don't know what went on there, but I saw that article, and I'm like,
yeah.
It wasn't too long ago after the Super Bowl, there was either arrest made or domestic violence. His name was on it again, and here we go again. Not too long after that, shooting and
Joe
the
Mixon,
guy's just got
he needs help. And I hate it for him. I'm a Boomer Sooner, and I dig the guy, but as far as playing football, but yeah, he needs some kind of help to get him in the right mindset. To
see, the NFL is not interested.
Go ahead, sir.
The NFL is not interested in calming this guy's aggression because they love that on the field.
Yeah.
And then after the fact, after shit all goes sideways, they'll be like, "Oh, we didn't know.
We didn't know." And
everybody around this guy knows who he is.
You did know. Everybody knows. The only time they protect the shield is when there's hard evidence that could cook them. That's like the Ray Lewis situation, or not Ray Lewis, but Ray Rice situation. They knew he was a physical dude with women. They knew it.
Look, Alvin Kamara is facing it now. He pled not guilty, but man, there's a lot of evidence to the contrary there.
Yep.
So,
all right. The next story we got is actually local. Boys and girls, if you're in the Shreveport-Bossier area in August and decide to come to GeekCon, Bob Lilly, Pro Football Hall of Famer, is going to be here.
Mark that day on your calendar and stay away.
Hey, man, Bob Lilly was a tough dude. Hey, let me tell you something. This is my Cowboys.
Here we go.
When I used to root for the Cowboys. Bob Lilly, I watched as a kid. He was a badass dude. And come on, you admit you love great defensive players, man. He was a good
I don't know anything about the Cowboys. All I know is they suck. That's all I know.
But Bob Lilly's going to be here for Comic-Con, boys and girls. So don't forget about that. Let me see. What's this next one? Oh yeah, dude, where did you find this? Where did you find this right here? The Sacramento Bee says residents live in fear of errant golf balls.
Look at that one. Now you read that article, right? So they reconfigured the 15th hole in 2020, 2021. They took down trees, right? They used to act as a barrier. And now the trailer park that's right off the edge of this golf course is just getting bombarded on a daily by freaking
Hang
errant
on, let's
golf
show him the
balls.
map real quick. Hang on, let's show him the map.
I'm like, what the
Look
fuck?
at this.
And all the lawsuit asked for this is for them to put some netting up like they do at the golf course. I forget what the golf course is, but anyway, just
Yeah.
put up a big net to catch these things. No, they're fighting that all the way.
Wow, man.
I mean,
Come on.
shank.
That'd be
People
like
are.
having a neighbor that likes to shoot his gun off all the time, and you're getting your windows blasted out,
I mean,
and
and
you're like,
you read
"Hey,
the article. They're
did you
getting
put the
windows blasted out. They're getting doors dented, cars dented. People getting hit with these golf balls. Look, you get hit in the head with a golf ball.
that shit's gonna hurt, bro. You'd be
That
lucky to
shit's
be
gonna hurt,
standing
man.
afterwards."
And look, if it hits a little kid, little infant or something like that, you could very
Oh
easily kill somebody.
God, yeah, that's
So how'd you like to be
nuts.
living next to that golf course, huh?
No, thank you. That's okay. I
They
appreciate
reconfigured
it.
the tee boxes, so now I guess they're really driving into that trailer park. Trailer parks, man, it's
Now
tough,
they're
boy.
aiming for the shit. What?
I mean, tough on trailer parks, man.
Woo! Oh, let's pray for that trailer park, man.
You know what I'm saying?
They
Gee
apparently need
whiz.
some help. Lunatic
Fucked up.
says, "Me too. Cowboys suck."
There you go. See? Unprompted, unsolicited.
Unprompted, unsolicited. My man Lunatic lets him have it. Yeah,
He knows what time it is.
he's a Houston guy.
There you
That's
go. Hey,
Houston.
Houston,
Oilers.
Houston,
Hey,
Houston,
by the way,
Oilers.
Lunatic, what's the hype about Wade Phillips being down there with the Houston Roughnecks? Let me know about that, man. Next
Houston
time I talk to you,
Roughnecks.
you got to let me know what's up with that. The
I'm gonna have to get some of
XFL,
that
Houston
swag there.
Roughnecks.
Houston
Yes.
Roughneck swag.
You should see those helmets, dude. You love them.
I saw them. You showed them to me last week. They're kick ass,
State of
dude.
Texas. Yeah. Okay, the last one we got in the Jock Strap this week is shredded Jake Gyllenhaal slaps fighter as Dana White controls the chaos during during shoot for Conor McGregor's Roadhouse at UFC 285. Apparently, they're remaking the movie Roadhouse, and Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be in it. And they
Jiggle
did this-
Jaggle Hall? Okay.
yeah, Jill and Jake and Hall. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, Mister, I can't quit you. Yeah.
Classic rando.
But anyway, they did this as part of either part of the movie they're making or a promotion for it or something like that. But yeah, Gyllenhaal, he's been working out, dude. The guy's ripped.
Oh, please. You work out a little bit and then you just don't eat, so you look shredded, right?
Right.
Actually, he's starving himself to death. So
Starving himself to death. He's not really working out, right? He's
Yeah.
0% body fat because
I'm telling you.
he ain't eating shit, right? Let's see. He's cool, Papa J. Well, I like to think my brother's cool. Yeah, I like to think he's one of the coolest cats on the planet, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He calls me Papa J because on Twitch I'm known as Papa Joe Gamer.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
My video gaming name. But anyway, well, shoot. Boss is in my ear again, man. I
Telling
don't know
you.
what
What do we got?
What do we got?
we got. We got the Flix, baby. We got the Flix.
What's going on with the Flix?
Hey, man. You know,
You got the ticket sales and all?
I do.
That's what's up.
And we'll talk about that in just a second. Let me get that up here real quick. Got the weekend box office for this weekend, which is the 3rd and the 5th. All right, here we go. We got Creed 3 at number 1 with 58 million. I heard this is the first one with Rocky Mom in it. Is that
Yep,
correct?
Stallone is no longer in that thing. So yeah, he's
Wow.
been kicked to the curb.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, which we got a story on here in a minute. Another 60% drop down to 12 million. Not doing
Terrible.
well. Cocaine
Terrible
Bear almost overshot it this week.
Cocaine Bear.
11 million. Yeah. Demon Slayer. What is this?
Sports
Valley. 10 million. What is this? Crunchyroll Productions, huh? Wow. Must be an anime movie or something. And then Jesus Revolution was number 3. But I want to draw your attention to number 8, coming in at 2 million. Puss in
Look.
Boots, The Last Wish, is
Look,
still
you know what I'm
raking
saying?
it in.
Be the man! You gotta beat the man!
And Puss in Boots is the man. I'm telling you.
And I watched the Critical Drinker's review of it this week, and he said it's a throwback to good movie making. He said he recommends it. It's a good movie. It's got a good message.
Antonio Banderas, I can't do it.
I can do it. I'm a big Banderas fan, dude. I dig the dude.
Can't do it. I can't think of any movie. What movie did I like with him in it? Can you name one?
None of them. You wouldn't like anything unless you like the Zorro movies. I
No.
dug the Zorro movies.
No.
They were kick ass.
No.
You'd rather
No.
watch Zorro the Gay Blade, though.
That's
right?
an awesome movie.
It is an awesome movie. It is.
George Harris is amazing.
He's
George
fantastic.
Hamilton, amazing.
George Hamilton, yes, not George Harrison.
Amazing.
George Hamilton is
George
fantastic
Hamilton,
in that movie.
amazing.
Yes, yes. But anime movie, Lunatic says about that Demon Slayer. Yeah, I imagine so. Crunchyroll's behind it, so it's got to be. If you don't know, Dan, Crunchyroll is a streaming service for anime stuff. You know.
Awesome.
But anyway, yeah, Puss in Boots. I'm gonna have to check that show out. I definitely am. So let's see what's going on with these millionaires in Hollywood this week, shall we? Well, the first story I found this week was Star Trek Discovery is canceled, and fans are divided. After a 6-year run, it's official. Paramount is pulling the plug on Star Trek Discovery.
Stop that.
Exactly. That's what they're saying. Stop that. Stop that.
Stop that.
That's it. Yeah, it's Lunatic says, "Oh yikes." Discovery I gave up on in season 3. I want to say about halfway through the season, or not even halfway through the season. They were in the future, and they weren't even a crew anymore. They're all separated. It was just getting stupid, man. It's not Star Trek. You know, Star Trek's always had that military element to it. You know,
No, we can't have that anymore, Joe. Stop that.
Stop that. Stop that. What? No, I can't do that. Well, I say. I say, give me the naval component, the military component. Give it to me. That's what I say. Because if you lose that, it's just.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Man, I'm telling you.
And it's game over for Discovery. It's done.
It's like you say, it's a military. That's what the story's based around, is a military attitude, whatever. But yeah, can't do that anymore. So
we can't do that anymore.
No, I can't do that anymore.
What is going on with this one? Why has it totally disappeared?
Totally disappeared.
Oh, I know what that one is, but we don't really need that one anyway. It was kind of a cool story, but this one, we knew this already, Dan. Bounding into Comics is proudly reporting. I say proudly reporting. They're just reporting. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania declared a bankrupt enterprise after another huge drop at the box office.
It's just
it's not doing well.
Poorly put together movie. It really was.
Yeah, it's
a shame because Ant-Man was kick-ass.
Yeah, I enjoyed the other two, and this one, it just look. You take
ass
away,
kicked.
They tried to make some kind of epic Star Wars movie or some shit like that when we're talking about a character who's best known for having a Hispanic sidekick that loves to tell stories that we all want to listen to.
I'm telling you, his crew is as much, a part of those Ant-Man movies as he is.
Yeah.
That whole interaction is what makes it fun to watch. And
no, we're not going to do that. We're going to have a bunch of different people and a bunch of Star Wars style stuff and things, and we got to build Kang up. That's what we got to do, and we're going to use it, and we're going to sacrifice Ant-Man at the altar of Kang. That's what we're going to do. That's basically what they did. Yeah,
and that's what the movie did. Kang.
That infamous sound whenever the ball hits the upright. Kang. There it is.
Kang.
Because
miss. Total miss.
Because Disney is
cloaked in failure.
They are really cloaked in failure, dude. I mean, they are.
Oh man, it's bad.
It's brutal. Everything they touch. Disney used to be.
That was the house of ideas.
Yeah,
They
not
were the
anymore.
house of ideas. Walt, I mean, dude, when you and I were growing up, if it said Disney on it, you had to go.
Yeah,
Those Kurt Russell movies,
yeah,
the world's fastest man and the
yeah,
world's strongest man, shit,
yeah, yeah.
Medfield College, and yeah, man, come on, those are great stuff.
Robert
Uh,
Williams, as Aladdin, and there's some great
yeah,
movies in
the
there, but
animated
all of a
shows were
sudden, just
awesome.
I don't know what
Now they do,
happened.
now they don't make anything anymore. They just reboot everything. Is what they do. They bought Star Wars, rebooted that. They bought Marvel, they're rebooting that. And they're making live action versions of every one of their animated shows.
Well, yeah, they're like locusts now. They consume and they just destroy,
Yeah, it's
consume and
just
destroy.
it's
It's like
ridiculous.
you say, they don't create anymore.
No, they
They
don't.
take existing stuff and they destroy it. Wring it out,
Yep.
take it for all it's worth, and then destroy it.
Yep. Okay. More bad news out of the House of Mouse. Exclusive. John Barenthal appearing as Punisher in Spider-Man 4. Now that's cool. But what's also in this article is that he's going to show up in the Daredevil Disney Plus show.
I'm
Now,
telling you, they have changed the logo.
yeah,
They have changed his weaponry,
yeah.
and now they're pretty much going to write him
I got to
out.
go
I think
back and get that article so we
it's
can cover
terrible
that.
what they've done to the
I should have put
Punisher.
it in right here with this. But apparently, guys, if you don't know about this, I don't have the headline handy right now, but he's pretty much going to stop being the Punisher in the next
Yeah,
year.
he's been neutered, straight up neutered.
Just going to stop being the Punisher, period.
One of the
I mean,
greatest Marvel superheroes,
yep.
or anti-superhero, I guess you'd call him. He was about justice, but they have straight up neutered him. They've taken the guns away from him. They
Yep.
changed his logo because they don't want to be associated with the military, law enforcement that have used this logo in their, whatever their groups are, and you can't have that anymore. So they've changed his logo. He doesn't use guns anymore. He uses knives now. Now they're trying to make him into a ninja guy. It's a
farce. It's horrible. Yeah. Lunatic says they shot themselves in the foot talking about Disney. Disney in the 90s was the shit. Yeah, right up until the turn of the century, they were
Absolutely
really good.
Was.
They were absolutely. Yep. Look,
and then they got political.
Yeah, and they decided to get woke, go broke. It's just. But John Barenthal being in the next Spider-Man is going to be cool. I like that. But him being in Daredevil with Disney Plus at the helm, we don't need that. Sorry about that, guys. The sound popped up. Well, then again, you probably didn't hear it, did you?
No.
It's just me hearing it. Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes when you bring these pages up, the sound pops off. So, okay. So, the next one we got here is an actor I really like. And I'm sure you do too, Dan. Henry Cavill apparently is in talks to play a major James Bond villain. Now, I personally think he would have been a great Bond himself, but they're looking for a younger person to play Bond. And he is getting into his 40s. That's another reason why they're recasting Superman as well. But I'd love to see him in a Bond film. That would be cool. And if you saw the Mission Impossible movie with him in it, you know he can be a pretty good villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's an imposing figure when he's standing next to 5'0" Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah.
He looks like a freaking mountain, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of his. I'll always see him as Superman. It's hard to see him. Hopefully he can do something else. I think he'd have to really drastically change his look or something. I don't know, but
well, he right now
wish him the best.
Him and his girlfriend kind of gifted him a franchise that Amazon is funding. Something that he's very passionate about. Now we've discussed this before, but he's a big geek, and he's like us. He loves comic books and all that shit. Matter of fact, he almost missed out on being Superman because he missed an audition because he was playing World of Warcraft on a computer. Mm-hmm. So, but he's going to be in the Warhammer 40K franchise that Amazon's going to start. And that, Danny, in the gaming world is a huge thing. My stepson, David, you know him well. He Warhammer figures all the time. It's a
Yeah.
tabletop game. It's very popular, and the
Hmm.
lore behind it is very popular. You can look up on YouTube uh, 40K Warhammer videos that fans have made with, I mean, some really cool looking stuff. Looks like it comes out of video games.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got some good stuff on the horizon. It's just it's a shame he's not going to play the Man of Steel anymore. That kind of sucks. Hey, Real Wade Nation, it's good to see you, brother. I gotta send you that on DMs what I was talking about. I played one of his clips during one of my gaming sessions one night, so
Hmm.
I gotta
Hmm.
send you that. Okay, now here's a film that's near and dear to both me and my brother's hearts because you know what? You got to be careful, man. There's a beverage here.
Look, that's
Yeah.
a generational movie right there, man. That will stand the test of time.
The Big
Give it up for the
Lebowski
dude,
at
the Big Lebowski.
25. I can't believe
Yeah.
that fucking movie's 25 years old now. That
What
is
a
crazy to me.
classic movie that
I'm
is,
telling you.
man.
Jeff Bridges explains why he didn't burn some herb playing iconic stoner the dude.
Yeah.
And if you read down in the article, he quotes, he can be said saying this quote, I'll burn some herb occasionally, but that film, I decided this is such a wonderful script and quite detailed, he told us. While it seems very improvisational, it's all scripted. It was all
Yeah.
done exactly as written. If you add an extra man in a spot, it didn't quite feel right. So I really wanted to have all my wits about me. I didn't burn at all during that movie. Yeah. And
Look,
that's
you watch that
great.
movie. The interaction between the three
Dude.
is the timing is great. You know, and
Yeah, it is.
every other character that's introduced is just. I mean, it's an awesome movie.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a movie that I can go back and watch and see something else, something different, something maybe I missed, a little nuance here, a little nuance there. That was really a journey that they take you on that movie, and it's great. I mean, it
It's
really is.
fantastic, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, any stoner
Obviously, you're not a golfer.
obviously you're not a golfer. Dude, the moment in that movie that gets me every time gets me rolling because every stoner knows this feeling. When he drops the joint and runs
Oh
into
yeah,
somebody with
dude.
a car, it's just
Oh,
so fucking funny,
it's
man.
no good.
God,
It's no good.
that's great. Oh,
Ah, he's forcing you
right? Oh man, it's just too
in
awesome.
wrecks and shit, man. It's like, oh, come
Oh,
on.
but my favorite line from that movie is "Careful, man! There's a
There's a
beverage here." I
beverage
do that all.
here.
I'll be having a little drink, right? And somebody will say something on one of my streams and make me laugh, and that's exactly what I say every time.
My favorite is the dude abides.
The dude abides. That's right. What was it they kept saying that rug really brought the room together, man?
Really brought the room together, did it not?
Did it?
John Goodman, dude.
Okay, we
So
have
good.
got way too much Grim Reaper news this week in the Flix. We'll start with one that I just saw before we came on the air. T'Pol, star of Fiddler on the Roof,
Yeah.
on screen and on stage, dies at 87. And yeah, this guy,
Yep.
he
He
was
passed away a
in.
couple days ago, actually.
Was it a couple days ago?
Yeah, it wasn't today. He passed away a couple days ago.
Okay.
Sure did.
Well,
Sure did. I meant to
yeah.
send it over, but you know what? I've never seen the movie, but I
Mhm.
know it garnered I don't know how many Oscars, and I remember him from Flash Gordon. I know
Well,
Mom used to talk about Fiddler on the Roof all the time.
all the
That and
time.
Doctor Zhivago. So
Well, Mom, man. If it has
yeah.
dirt, crying, or kissing in it, she
You know
digs
what I'm
it.
saying?
You know what I
Poor
mean?
and
Yeah, poor
trodden
and
down
impoverished
pimples.
people's. Yeah, that's it, dude. But the geek side of life, though, most of the guys that watch my stuff, they know this guy from a couple of different movies. He is in Fiddler on the Roof. That's what he won his Academy Award for and everything.
Yeah.
But he's also the doctor in Flash Gordon that gets
Yeah.
them to Mongo, right?
Yep. He's
And
awesome.
he is in the Bond franchise. He's one of
Mhm.
the guys that helps out James Bond. I think it's in Poland. I think he plays a Polish guy that's trying
Hmm.
to help him on one of his spy missions. And what I really consider one of the spy movies in the Bond franchise, For Your Eyes Only. The guy was extremely talented, and it's a shame. But hey, the older we get, the more the people that we really
More of them are
dig are going to
going,
be
man. More of
passing
them are
by.
going.
Yep.
Yeah,
But yeah, rest in peace to Paul. He was a great talent, really
no
was.
doubt,
Another
no
great
doubt.
talent that passed away this week, shortly after we had the show last week. Uh, Tom Sizemore, who
Yeah,
uh, now he had
he
some
was on the
demons. This
clock for
guy
sure.
was not nice to his own body. Drinking and drugging and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But a better actor you'd never see. I don't think.
61. That's entirely too young for a
Entirely too
guy.
young. That's I'll be
He
that
had a
age in
stroke,
3
right? And then they
years.
had to take him off life support. I think that's how
Yes,
that went.
that's
So,
how that went. Yep. But if you look at his IMDb page and see what he was in, he was in some damn good movies. The ones he's
oh
known
yeah,
for, of course, the one I always remember him from is Saving Private Ryan. He was
yeah.
in Black Hawk Down, Red Planet, The
hmm
Relic. What was the one you
hmm
mentioned before,
I love
Dan?
him in the Heat. I love that
Yeah,
cast, and
Heat. He is a
he was
fantastic
young
character in Heat.
into the industry, and he really stood up with the rest of that cast. So
Yes,
yeah,
he did. Yeah, he
yeah,
was the hothead of that bunch. He was the one
yeah,
that was gonna get you in trouble in Heat, man. Yeah,
yeah,
because he
yeah,
he did he didn't pull any punches. Yeah,
yeah,
great story there, man. Great story
yeah,
there. But yeah, rest in peace, Tom. Yeah,
yeah.
you,
No
you left
doubt,
it all down here. Let's see. Real Wade
no
Nation
doubt.
says, "How did you lose Joe?" Face. Okay, he's sending a bunch of emojis, and that's how they show up on here. Um, I took two safeties, man. He's talking about the Super Bowl I played against Chris last night.
No,
I'll tell you why, because that game will not let you throw a football if it doesn't want to. The guy should have thrown the ball, and I don't know why he didn't. He ate it in the end zone, and I lost 11-10. Just unbelievable. But
mm,
anyway, the last one we got in the Reapers Parade here is Leonard Skinner's founding member Gary Rossington. Am I pronouncing
yeah,
that correctly?
Rosington.
Rosington.
Yep.
Dead at 71. Now this guy is part of one of the most epic Southern rock bands, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
a very
iconic.
niche genre,
Yeah,
but
iconic,
very popular music back in the day.
iconic.
There
Yeah,
isn't a person I know that's our age that doesn't know Freebird
yeah.
or Simple Kind of Man. I mean, it's just those songs are uniquely South. They really are. And
Absolutely. And you know what? They didn't shy away from. I think they were from Florida, and they
mhm.
really. You talk about a political band.
Yep.
They sang about some things during some times that was not it was not popular when they specifically targeted Neil Young
Hmm.
uh, when his song about Southern Man, and they
Yep.
targeted him with their comeback song
Yep.
about that very topic. And but you know
Hmm.
they a lot of their lyrics they had something to say. They really did. But you know what? They were such great musicians, man. They had
Yep.
two drummers. They had two lead guitar players. They had a rhythm guitar
That's got to
player.
be a thing in
Big
a Southern
sound.
band. Must be
Yeah,
because the,
yeah.
the only band me and my brother have gone to see together, and we've done it twice, is
Mhm.
38 Special.
Mhm.
And they use two drummers in their band.
Yep.
And
Yep. Big sound.
yeah, big sound.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's a shame. The
Yeah.
last member of Leonard Skinner is gone.
Yeah.
That's uh
I have to say my favorite song is probably the one that's I think it's your favorite. Simple Man.
simple
Great
kind of man.
freaking
That's it.
message, and it's a
Oh,
great song.
it's a
I think
sad
they closed their
song, man.
shows with that one though. I think that's how they closed the shows
Did
with it.
they?
But
Oh man, I like
yeah,
it. I mean, Freebird's good, but that's my song right there.
Simple
Yeah,
Man, dude, is a
love it.
great
I
song.
think of
Yeah.
mom every time I hear that song.
Yep.
I really
Yep.
do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But guys, don't forget this week, I'm on that 70s rock fans panel, and we are actually going to do a tribute to Gary Rossington and Leonard Skinner and the
Yep.
entire genre of Southern rock. You see the logos there, right? Allman Brothers, Molly Hatchet,
I was gonna say
Marshall Tucker
there it is.
Band, ZZ Top. I mean,
Yeah.
basically the soundtrack for a NASCAR race.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it this
Molly Hatchet was kick ass,
Monday.
man.
Yeah, they
Oof.
were.
I
Yep.
love Molly Hatchet.
Yeah,
Yep.
Molly Hatchet is killer, man. And
Yeah.
what a killer album cover, right? That
Oh
one
yeah.
with the biking on the
Oh
horse.
yeah.
But anyway, we're going to be talking about it with that 70s rock fan this Monday at 4 p.m. Central. You see that down there says 3 p.m. Mountain. That's
Mhm.
the time zone he lives in up in
Mhm.
Canada. But yeah, look
Oh,
forward to that, man.
Canada.
We're going to talk about Gary Rossington, and rest in peace, sir. You will
Absolutely.
be missed. It's a shame we're not going to be able to see any
Hey,
kind of Leonard
hell of a
Skinner live
footprint
again.
that
Oh,
he
you
and the rest
kidding
of that
me?
band left. Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
hell of a
Big time.
footprint.
People will be listening to that for the rest of time. No
Yep.
doubt about it.
Yep.
Okay. So let's see where we're at now. What do we got now? Uh-oh. He's in my ear again, man. Damn. What is going on with this? Why do you have to yell at me all the damn time?
What do we got?
Oh, we got the earthquakes. We got that chick trying to get her damn lipstick. She got it.
I just got to try to do that
This is a
lipstick
fucking
every
quake going
time.
on, man.
I mean,
These are the things that send shockwaves through the U.S. and the world. A lot of cases. So
I mean, just
the first
bad.
one we got this week, man. It's this. Look, this seems to be a problem in Italy and France, some of those southern European countries. France says here that the French nationwide strike to extend as pension reform
Good,
fight
good,
intensifies.
good, good.
Protests against plans to raise pension age to
That's the
64.
fucking government's always their answer. Just raise the retirement age.
Yep.
When we have a debits, in the budget, let's just raise the retirement age.
Yep.
Fuckers.
Majority of voters have rejected the reform, and government and unions determined to stand their ground. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I'm on the side of the unions in that one. Do not
I
let them
mean,
raise the age.
hell no, because they want to do that here. They want to do that in this country as well.
And look, guys, you've heard me and Dan say it several times. The minute you give up a right, they're never going to give it back. So
Never give it back.
don't
Never.
let them have it. As our man Charlton Heston said about his firearm from my cold dead hand, right?
Cold dead hands.
And that's it. That's it. All right. The next one we got is we got a few in earthquakes this week to wrap up. Oh, yeah. King Charles reported reason for evicting Prince Harry and Meghan Markle revealed. According to the Mirror, King Charles' decision to evict Prince Harry and Markle from Frogmore. I don't think I'd want to live in Frogmore anyway. Cottage was reportedly the result of the monarch's reaction to his son's memoir. As the outlet adds, the eviction process kicked off on the day after Harry's book's Spare, or if you watch South Park, Whah, itself. Hey, but you know what? Pops wants you to come to the coronation. Go ahead and come to the coronation. You're going to have to stay on the street. Hope you don't mind staying on the curb. But
how is the royals still a thing, man? What is going on? How do they still celebrate these inbreds?
Dude, ever since I saw that South Park episode, have you watched that yet, Daniel? You've got to look that up and watch it. You will fucking die laughing. They come
South
in there
Park will pull no punches at all. They
come in there with signs saying, we don't want to be in the public eye. Big signs they're carrying. We don't want to be in the public eye, right?
I mean,
it's hilarious. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Danny has nothing for the Royals. I just thought it was funny.
Zero zilch.
He evicts them out of their cottage that they had on the grounds, but come to the coronation. And by the way, if you read that coronation article, guys, they didn't get
and why would you?
There was no pomp and circumstance to the invitation. They didn't get it in the mail, certified mail, nothing like that. They were sent an email. So yeah, that's how much the king digs his son, right?
The king. King of what? King of douchebaggery.
Lunatic says, "True dad, bro. True dad."
I mean, honest to God.
Okay, the next one. Now, this is good news for my friends up in Chirac. I have a few friends in Illinois that have been bitching about the gun laws up there. They're trying to put the clamps on different types
Yeah, they
of
are.
weapons there.
Yeah,
And
they
guess
are.
what? A judge declares Illinois' gun ban unconstitutional. So the fight has
Boom.
begun.
There you
That
go.
that is great news for my friends in Chirac.
There you go.
Yeah, that's great. Let's hope that this litigation ends in people not having to give up their guns. Law-abiding citizens should not be curbed in their right to have a gun. They should not.
Because the
So
freaking criminals sure as hell are not.
the
So
criminals are going to have
what are
them
we
guns.
what are we
So
trying to do? Slant it to the criminals? What is that
right?
all about?
Yeah,
Who's making these laws?
anarchy. Okay, let's
I was
see.
watching Idiocracy the other day, dude. We
Oh
are
my
right
God.
there,
That's not what the other lawyer said.
right?
Motherfucker. Unbelievable, man. That show is off the chain. If you've never seen Idiocracy,
I'm telling you, we are there right now, dude. We're right
don't they have a
there.
guy in there that's like playing games and he's got a toilet built into his seat
Yes.
so he doesn't have to
Yes.
move?
He doesn't have to move.
It's fucking horrible, man. Good Lord. And I guarantee you there's guys like that.
Absolutely.
I guarantee you there's somebody in some basement like that somewhere. Okay, the next one, we got another idiot that doesn't know that you can't bring guns to the airport. Airport's police seize loaded gun from Mike Epps, comedian.
I mean, honestly, how do you forget you got a freaking weapon?
Comedian apologizes. I literally forgot.
How
Well,
is
then
that
put
even?
down the damn bong, bro. What the fuck?
You should not be allowed to carry a weapon.
You should
I'm
never
sorry.
be able to.
If you forget that you have it, you should not be able to have it.
Come on, man. We talk about responsible gun ownership. That is not
honestly,
responsible gun ownership right there. It's just not. That's
That's not the guy you want with you when you're trying to fight off the government. Oh, I forgot. I forgot I had a gun. Awesome,
Lunatic
dude.
says, "What an idiot nut." Yeah, he is. Now, this next one, yeah, the feds are telling us something that I think we already knew. After Breonna Taylor death, feds find police discrimination. Gee whiz, you think so? U.S. Justice Department found Louisville police have engaged in a pattern of violating constitutional rights and discrimination against black community following an investigation prompted by the fatal police shooting of Breonna Taylor. Apparently, they've had their police department under investigation for a while now. Since
Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, that's Memphis,
hey, Tennessee.
Somebody's got to police the police, no doubt about it. I really think that a component of the investigation for police shootings of every kind should be some civilian oversight of some type.
Some kind of outside entity that doesn't have any ties to the local police department or the police department in question, because you can't have an unbiased investigation if you're the ones investigating yourself. It's just not going to. It just can't happen. I mean,
yeah, I know it. Okay, let's see. Next one. Oh, yeah. And my daughter just moved out of the state. Oklahoma voters reject legalized recreational marijuana. And you know what? When she sent me that story, she said, "Who are they trying to fool? They've got dispensaries on every other corner there." I said, "Wow, I guess these guys are all going out of business then, I guess. Either that or they're selling medical marijuana. It must be what they're doing." But yeah, recreational use not going to be legal in Oklahoma.
What is going on in Oklahoma?
I don't know. Your sound went out there for a second, buddy.
Yeah.
You're a little bit lower, but you're good. Now? Yeah, we can hear you. It's just
my in-ears are gone somehow. And I have it on privacy too. But a private call came through and
it knocked you out. You're good.
Gone, so
you're
I
good.
can still hear you.
Yep. But yeah,
that's
Oklahoma.
asinine. The idea that we don't legalize freaking marijuana on a national level is crazy. I can drink myself blind and ruin all my innards drinking booze all day long.
Yeah.
But I can't smoke any grass.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I've never wanted to kill anybody smoking grass.
No. And that's the thing I don't understand. They will let you consume this stuff that Trust me, my brother would tell you, if I have one too many of these,
Oh, totally,
I
totally
want to
different
fight
person.
everybody in the room. I don't give a shit who you are.
Totally different person.
Yeah. I mean,
Totally different
but
person.
I've never been like that on weed ever in
No.
my life. Never have. It's just. But hey, this is why we have states' rights, though.
Yeah.
On that measure, it's up to
Well,
them.
that's the thing. Yeah, you're right.
That's the thing. That's what the voters want there. So hey, I'm just not moving to Oklahoma anytime soon. No doubt.
Yeah,
Now
you
check
can't say
this.
you're for the constitutional rights and then say that, well, what they're voting for is not right in the state. No, that's their state's rights, and
Right.
if they don't want it, they don't get it. So there you
Yep.
go. Guarantee you they're smoking that peyote on the res though.
Yeah, they are. But then
No
again,
doubt.
that's the reservation, brother.
Yep.
Hey, we don't need to worry about the reservation.
Yeah.
Right? Look at this goof. Feud erupts. Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary attacks Alexander or Ocasio
Blah
Cortez,
blah blah.
AOC, for
Yeah.
killing jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she got mad because he said it. I don't put companies here in New York anymore, or Massachusetts, or in New Jersey, or in California. Those states are uninvestable. The policy here is insane. The taxes are too high. We put them in Fargo, North Dakota, O'Leary said. Yep.
I mean, when your city and your state or cities really they're not business friendly, you're not going to be able to create jobs there because they smother industry. They just smother. That's why we don't build anything in the United States anymore. We these major cities across the freaking country, we tax, and you're driving business out of these communities,
Yeah.
and that just impoverishes people. They don't have any good paying jobs. They can't get out from the thumb of debt or whatever. They can't better themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And all the time, education's not dropping its price tag at all. And they're supposed to be,
Nope.
libs and compassionate. You're going to pay through the teeth anymore to go to university.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Yeah. But hey, let me tell you something. You young people out there, think about trade school. Because you know what? If you do that, you're going to be making more money than most of the people going out and getting college degrees. I can tell you that right now.
Yep. Be a plumber, be an electrician.
Dude, an electrician,
be a welder.
welder.
You guys make money.
Yeah, they do. Hand over fist.
Yep.
Let's see.
Because the lazier we are as a species, the less we want to do any work. That means tradespeople are they set their own market. They get what they pay, what they want, because people don't want to do those jobs. Who wants to do their toilet anymore? Who wants to run their cable or whatever? Who wants to weld? Who can weld? Not a whole lot of people anymore.
No.
We don't.
And the
teach
numbers
that
are
in
getting
high
fewer.
school.
Yep.
We don't show it as something that is a big fallback. If you're not ready to go to college, but you've got some real skill, you can make really good money.
Yes, you can. That's what I'm telling. That's what I'm telling. If you're a young person, it takes less time to get educated in it, and you'll make a bunch of money out the gate and do nothing but go up the rest of your life.
Because that's all hands-on stuff. That really is. It's all hands-on.
Let's see. He said, looks at Walmart. Speaking of last article. Okay. Let's see. Well, here's some more of these what do you say? Backlash, I guess, from the policies of these big cities. Yeah. Check this out. I will not comply. New York. Now, this is in New York City. New York Police Department chief urges businesses to force patrons to show face upon entry before removing masks as a crime-reducing measure. They're still wearing masks in these cities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the police,
right. If they want to wear masks,
it's making the police's job harder and harder. And that's what he's talking about here.
Well, again, it's the person's right.
Yeah.
If they want to wear a mask, they can wear a mask.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
We don't live in a police state. I know what he's saying, but sorry about that, man. You can't tell the entire globe you got to wear a mask, and scare the fuck out of them. And now people want to keep wearing their masks because they're scared shitless.
Yeah. You scared the fuck out of them.
No, it don't work that way.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
That's what you get. Um, here's some more. Vendors flee San Francisco farmers market as drug addicts and
Oh
homeless people take
man,
over
it's
the
just
streets.
terrible.
Yeah,
It's just terrible. That's Sacramento. That's the capital of California, is it not?
this is San Francisco.
San Francisco. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Come to
yeah.
California, see the Golden Gate Bridge. Look at all the freaking homeless and dope heads that are infested. I mean, I don't know how many of these people that are homeless are there because they want to be there. How many are there because of life has thrown them whatever curveballs. But the idea that we are sending billions over to the Ukraine,
Over to
and
the
I'm all for
Ukraine for a
freedom,
war that.
and look at this, look at the train wreck in Ohio. We can't scrape up 2 cents to help our own people right here. You know why? Because they're not going to buy you votes. They are the throwaways. They're the forgotten, and they're not going to help these people. Yeah, we do more for outside governments than we do for our own. You know why? That's to bolster whatever business deals they got going on. That's
Yeah,
exactly what that is.
yeah. That's
Well, we
that's
got people that are just thrown away on the side of the fucking road, sitting right there, and
mm-hmm.
nobody cares.
Yeah. And this is what they're telling us all the time in the mainstream.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
I mean, when it's pouring out onto the side of the interstate, it's kind of hard to do that anymore,
kind of
right?
hard
'Cause
not to
it's
see it
just
anymore, isn't it?
you
Yeah.
see that in every major city. Dallas is no different. I pass homeless encampments every fucking day, every day,
Yeah.
every day.
Mm-hmm. I'm just reducing this down a little bit here, just checking everything. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we only got a couple. We got this last one under earthquakes, and this one, it's kind of scary. Family suing Airbnb others over toddlers' deadly fentanyl exposure.
What the?
Yeah. Apparently, one of let's see,
What did they do? Leave some
Nora
drugs in their freaking apartment or
Levanier
something?
had gone down for a nap during a 2021 vacation uh, to a Wellington, Florida lake house, according to Washington Post report. When the girl's parents tried to wake her up, they were met by every parent's absolute worst nightmare. The family's lawyer, Thomas Scalero, told News Nation. And he went on to say, what does justice look like to them? I can't tell you what a jury will ultimately do with this, but we want to hold both Airbnb, the renter, the owner, and the manager, everybody who had touched this place, responsible under the law. Apparently, this fentanyl was left there by the last person that used the Airbnb.
Yeah.
So, and the kid got a hold of it when the mother took a nap. So, yeah, that's a just a scary story right there. Yeah,
Look, I'll tell you this. Kim and I
it's on the
travel a
owner.
lot, and Kim goes through, and I go through, but she goes through and sanitizes everything. We do a
Yeah,
clean sweep of any place that we go into. And if you're not doing that anymore, especially if you're going to a rental or a hotel or whatever it might be,
right.
I mean, really,
Yeah, you
God,
need to.
I
You
hate that.
really do need to check these places out. Let's see. Let me catch up on these before we get to the next thing. Uh, Man, you sound like we would get along, Joe. Realwood Nation's gaming clip says, and I'm younger. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, hey, man, I'm just a common sense guy. That's all. What you hear out of me and my brother is stuff that we were taught by our parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just, and we're working people. You know.
yeah.
Lunatic says, same in Houston. Talking about the homeless thing. Uh, and Realwood Nation Gaming Clip says it's all West Coast. Yep. Yeah, it's a problem all across the United States. It
It's
really
all
is.
across, all
Yep.
across. I've been a truck driver. I've seen everything north of Texas and east of Texas. Every major city I went into, you saw homeless. It's
Yeah.
in the big cities. You didn't see it in the rural areas. You didn't see that. But when you rolled into the big cities, that's Philadelphia, New York, Boston, Pittsburgh, You name it, Chicago,
Yep.
Milwaukee,
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland. I mean, yeah, homeless
Yep.
people. And that was, I was driving that shit. What is that? 20 something years ago now. It's
Mm-hmm.
even worse now. Dallas, I'm telling you, I drive to work every day and you see homeless encampments everywhere,
Yep.
everywhere around the major cities.
And just say a prayer for them. That's all we can
Yep.
do.
Yep.
Okay. Well, boys and girls, it is time to buckle that chin strap.
Bro.
Yeah. This is not for the meek of heart. Prepare yourself because we're about to turn out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Oh. Lunatic says, night, night.
He was on one side of the 20 and got
And
knocked
got
to the other
blasted
side of
to
the
the
20.
other side rather quickly. Wow.
Oh
Unbelievable.
my goodness.
Well, it's time to turn out the lights, ladies and gentlemen. That's when I give you my final thought of the day, and my brother gives his Simple Jack Award winner. But what we got first, this one
What
is
do I
kind
got?
of near and dear to me because I was born right here. You see, the name of the paper up here is the Leesville Leader.
Yeah,
Okay?
man, you were born in Fort Polk.
I was
Fort Polk.
born in Leesville. Okay. And apparently, Fort Polk name change effective this summer. And when I was wondering what this was all about, and it says Fort Polk will be redesignated as Fort Johnson sometime this summer, said Lieutenant Colonel Patrick Murphy, Fort Polk executive officer and council member. When you
So
read
you were
down
born
here,
on Fort Johnson.
I apparently was. No, I was born on Fort Polk, and I'm going to continue to call that place
Fort
Fort Polk,
Johnson.
no matter what they say.
Really?
Additionally, any
Wayne Johnson.
the process of naming Fort Polk began, or renaming Fort Polk began in 2021 after the changes were mandated by Congress through the 2021 National Defense Authorization Act. Through this act, all Army bases identified by Congress as having Confederacy ties to their names have been required to change their name, bases name to cut said ties. Now,
South is still
apparently,
paying the
Fort
price.
Polk is named after a Confederate general from the Civil War, Leonidas Pope, or excuse me, Polk. Leonidas Polk. Now, boys and girls, I am not a big proponent of the Civil War and slavery and all that crap, but I got news for you. If you forget your history, you're
Yep.
doomed to repeat it.
You
All of
are.
this friggin' tearing down of stuff and
Yep.
and changing names, don't wash away, guys. Don't forget
Nope.
about it
Nope.
because it will happen again if you do it.
History has shown us every time we try to whitewash something or act like it didn't happen, burn the history books, try to change history, we always repeat.
Yeah.
Always repeat.
Yeah. So
And this
that's
is
my
just
final
dumb.
word for today. Don't change the name of Fort Polk, and it's never going to change its name as far. Well, look, I'm too old to learn a new name for it.
Fort Johnson.
No,
The Big Johnson.
Fort Whoa,
Whoa, eh?
Whoa,
Whoa, eh? Could be taken on holiday.
Let's see. Hey, Joe, could have used Largent last night? Yeah, I could have. I wish I could have blasted the ball out of that guy's hands a couple of times. Well, boys and girls, it is time for my brother to hand out his award for the week, and you know who his award goes to. Yeah, you can see the flickering butterfly. You know it's coming. You know it is. it's that award for those people that, they're just trying to do something right. They are trying to do something right. They are. But they just can't quite get it right,
The
man.
Simple Jack Award is actually just a step below the Nobel Peace Prize.
It is. These guys are trying to get it done, but they
Trying to,
just, you see him hammering away at those butterflies trying to take
I'm
care of
telling you.
business, but I don't know. Maybe he's got the wrong tool for it. Who knows? Who knows? But the person this week, well, I'm just gonna let my brother let you know all about it. Tell him
The
what's up,
person
man.
is Sean Kemp. So Sean Kemp, in the '90s was a huge star in the NBA. Huge star. Did a lot of great things. All star, first team All Star several times. He was one of the stars of the NBA. Um, and the news report this morning was he's been arrested for what they call a drive-by shooting. Um, I think they have a video of these guys were him and somebody else were in a parking lot, a mall parking lot at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, cracking shots at each other. Now this business, I think it's called Kemp's Cannabis or Sean's Cannabis.
What, outside a weed dispensary?
Well, no, it's not outside. I'm just saying he has his own business. This guy is an
Oh,
ex
okay.
NBA star, made a
Gotcha.
lot of money. He's got his own business. What is he doing? Trading pop shots outside the mall parking lot at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Genius, right? I don't care how much money you throw at people, how much power you give them, they're gonna be who they
Who
are.
they're gonna be? Yeah.
And he's a fucking idiot. So, and that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard.
And he went full
Full
retard.
retard.
Unbelievable.
So,
Oh man. Well, it's been fun hanging with you, brother. But it's time to
absolutely.
call it a
That's the
night.
most enjoyable part of this show is I get to spend time with you because you're
That's it.
busy. I'm busy. We've been able to
But we
carve out
have
some
made
time
an
right here.
appointment for an hour
Yeah.
and a half. We're going to entertain folks with the clown show that is the current year.
Yeah.
Because it's always a clown show, boys and
Yeah.
girls. Well, listen,
Absolutely.
we want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Let me clue you guys into what's going on with the channel. Of course, the next time you're going to see me is Saturday, sketching the privateer. We're well into the second page, plotting the pages of that one. It's going to come out in July. We backed it up to July. I want to put it out at my cousin's Shop Till You Drop event in July, pretty close to my birthday. Sounds like synergy to me. It'll give me a little more time to figure out how I'm going to do it. If I'm going to print it, put it out digitally. Don't know yet. I really don't know what I'm going to have funds for, that kind of thing. But you can watch me create it for an hour every Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Central Time. My buddy Justifier Jim co-hosts. When I get a little too busy into the drawing, he starts talking about his projects and stuff like that. So look for that on Saturday afternoons at 1:30. And then Sunday at 1 p.m. Central, you can catch me on Dork Side of the Ring. That's where we talk about wrestling, and we have the results and the fallout from AEW's Revolution of pay-per-view. And I have a section on the show called State of the Apron. I call it that because we all know the hardest part of the ring is the apron. And the hardest thing in wrestling is to get to the big time. And I show you what's going on with all the smaller promotions. And that's all brought to you by Pop Culture Minefield and KGRA Digital Broadcasting at 1 p.m. Central on Sundays. You guys come check us out. And then Monday evening, as I told you guys earlier, I'm gonna be with that 70s rock fan on his channel, and the panel will be discussing the late great Gary Rossington and Leonard Skinner and his entire genre of music. You see the logos there: Molly Hatchet, Marshall Tucker Band, Allman Brothers, ZZ Top. I saw ZZ Top on the Monsters of Rock tour in '91, man, at the Cotton Bowl. It was awesome. But yeah, we're going to be talking Southern rock and the late, great Gary Rossington this Monday at 4 p.m. Central. So check that out. And then, of course, me and my friends get together every Wednesday and discuss pop culture and current events on State of the Atmosphere. And that's every Wednesday at 5:30 Central. And I've also moved my video game playing show, Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, to 9 p.m. that night on Wednesdays because I just can't stay up on Sundays anymore. I don't know what it is. I guess I'm getting old, Dan. Can't stay up that late on Sundays anymore. But you can check me out for 3 hours on Twitch playing video games like Madden, The Force Awakens, DCUO, that kind of thing. And then we'll be right back here next week, same time, same bat channel for the Brothers Hack the Matrix at 6 o'clock. Don't forget, it's changed. It's 6 o'clock even p.m. every Thursday night. So, for my brother Hylunder and myself, we want to thank you for being here. And until we see you again, I want you to keep on keeping on. God bless.